Welcome to this episode of On the Record, your official source of information from Bossier Schools.
Let's go on the record! Yeah! Let's go!
And that's how we roll here at Bossier Schools. Did you know that Bossier Parish has a bowling program and it's a state-recognized sport?
As our teams head into competition season, we rolled over to Holiday Lanes to visit a few kingpins whose skills are going to bowl you over.
I'm going to love the puns in this episode.
Hi, everybody. I'm Jason Rowland. Welcome to On the Record with Bossier Schools. We are excited to be back for our first episode of 2025. It seems like it's been a minute, but we want to get you caught up on everything that's happened since we've last been with you.
That's right. I'm Sonia Bales. So glad you could join us today. Okay, quick question. Have you already broken your New Year's resolution that you made for 2025? Or did you at least keep one of them by going ahead and subscribing to our YouTube channel?
90% of all New Year's resolutions are broken by the second Friday in January.
That's why I chose just a word for the year.
Yeah, let's just stay with it. Let's stay with it. However, if you've not broken those resolutions, here's what we want you to do. Subscribe up to the channel. Give us a like, share, comment. Let us know what you're seeing, what you're thinking. Any feedback you can provide us, man, is just great. We love it. And we are excited to share with you guys what we have for 2025, not only in this episode, but in episodes to come.
That's right. You know, with the new year comes a changing of the guard, so to speak. And we just want to thank Robert Bertrand, our past president in 2024 of the Bossier Parish School Board, for leading the board with wisdom and integrity. I mean, he is truly a gentle giant who navigated the board through some, tricky times as well as many, many successes.
Boy, the grace and gentleness of President Bertrand, former President Bertrand now. He is just a class act, but we're still blessed to have him on our board. But we do want to congratulate our new Bossier Parish School Board President, District 7, former Vice President, now President Creighton Cochran. We are looking forward to a working relationship that's already gotten off to a great start, and we are excited to see the direction that Creighton and President Cochran takes the board as we move forward and navigate through 2025.
That's right. And Eric Newman has moved up to the vice president's position. So we just look forward to another great year under their leadership. You know, it's also Louisiana School Board Member Recognition Month. So we want to take this opportunity to thank all 12 of our representatives for their service. You know, they're among the 630 locally elected, community-connected school board members across the state who provide governance to our school system. They serve as policymakers and they act as fiscal stewards of taxpayer dollars. And they are dedicated to the students and the employees of Bossier Parish Schools. And we just want to say thank you for being a guiding light.
You know, we are blessed to have a wonderful board. And anytime we can shine the light on them and thank them for their service and for what they do for not only our schools, but also our students, but more so for the community is critical to the success that we have at Bossier Schools. Here's something else that will be right up your alley. Ooh. Get it? Little bit of bowling talk here.
I love that.
And a lot of bowling simulations here we're going to make today. So did you know that bowling is a sport for people who have the talent to spare? Some of this is...
That's just the beginning, I'm telling you.
This is corny.
Oh, this is fun, though. Okay. Enough with the puns. I'll tell you what. Let's have just a little quiz here. We're going to test your bowling knowledge.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. This is an easy one, first of all. How many frames are in a game of bowling?
There are 10 frames.
You got it. There you go.
However, there's 10 frames. I'll just leave it at that.
Ding, ding, ding. Okay, you got that one correct. All right. What is a 7-10 split called when the far left pin and the far right pin are both standing? All the other pins are down.
Split rail?
That is one of them. Yes,
split rail.
Actually split rail, bed post, and fence post. Okay?
Okay.
So they have 3 different words that they use for that 7-10
So we're dealing with fencing for some reason.
There you
go.
Okay. Okay. All right. Very good. So here's a tricky one now. If somebody says that it was a love tap, what is that in bowling lingo? I had never heard this one before.
I know this.
Really?
This is when you roll a gutter ball, and when you get your ball back that comes back, instead of taking it and slamming it on the floor, you take it and you gently drop it on the floor, and that's called a love tap.
Wrong. But that's a good try. I like that one. It's actually when a moving pin knocks the other one down. That's a love tap.
A moving pin
Knocks the other one
So it's
down.
not when
Apparently.
you-
Knocks over another pin.
doesn't have anything to do with the ball.
Right. Right. That's considered a love tap.
Okay.
So,
All right, here's one for you.
okay.
What do you call 3 strikes in a row?
Ooh, I know this one. It's a turkey.
Are you sure?
That's what they told us the other day.
You're correct.
Okay.
All right, I've got one more. What do you call 3 gutter balls in a row?
How I roll. That's about how Sonya bowls.
Well, I'm not going to say. This is what I call 3
Okay.
gutter balls in a row is a bad bowler.
That is a bad bowler.
That's just a bad bowler.
It's my picture's next to that one.
That I can confess to that.
Well, you know, we were talking about the turkey. This was a new one on me. When you get 3 strikes in a row, and the teams from Airline, Benton, and Parkway were getting plenty of those the other day when we went bowling with Rowland. Don't you love that? Check it out.
In the late 2010s, I can't remember the exact year, but this became an LHSAA sport.
Yes.
So it's sponsored
Yes.
by the Louisiana High School Athletic Association.
Yes.
And that ends up giving us a playoff, a championship event at
Yes.
the end of the season.
Yes.
And so it's given us something to shoot for, more so than just having kids come out and learn a lifetime sport, which is what this is. If more kids knew how much fun this was, you would have standing out the door.
Exactly.
So the competition between Parkway and Benton and Airline, it's fierce when it comes to bowling.
It is very fierce. Last year when we played Benton, we had to do the score sheets 5 times.
Look, I want you to turn and face it. Look here. I want you to tell me, what do you do in your approach to letting it go?
Just look at dots, look at elbows, and just,
You do look at the arrow?
yeah, I look at the elbows the whole time. So as soon as you go back heel touch, just bring that ball back, but then just run it through however you run it through down there. And that's how I just do it.
Second step.
Yeah.
Right here. This guy gives 1 lesson. Second time is a strike. I think we got used to it bowling. I'm telling you right now. So I probably torn something in my elbow. So when you're our age, you know, stuff like this happens.
Oh, icy shot.
Icy?
Yeah.
Is it good?
If you make it, he'll look like icy.
That's it, boys. So what would I score? What would I score?
Let's see.
150?
24. You would have been
Would have been at least 100.
probably 240.
Okay.
If it struck out, 240.
Probably 240. I think 240. That's what it would have been. What does it take to maintain your composure through almost a perfect game? You finish with a 289. What does it take to get you to the end?
Just keeping your cool, consistency, and just keeping your nerves down, man. And that's about it.
You didn't look nervous, but it seemed like as long as you and Dupree were straight now, you could stay in a rhythm. Like when he finished up before you did, then you had to go back to back. You think that messed you up?
No,
No,
not at all.
not at all.
Nah.
Nerves of steel.
Yeah.
Your dad was pacing back there, though.
I assumed he was.
I know it.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Oliver.
Oliver who?
Oliver's trouble will soon be over.
I tell you what, we had a lot of fun. I can't say that we necessarily picked up any tricks along the way because they were just good. But something else I did learn that I did not realize is that when your ball hits the gutter and then it like bounces back and knocks down a pin in district play, that would not count. And I just take every pin that I can get.
Well, that was half the shots I made was a ball that hit the gutter.
Would not count.
I threw it so hard, or I rolled it so hard that it ended up knocking, but never mind. You know, it's... I'm
would not count in district play. They're fierce.
The competition is fierce, and we have some incredible bowlers, and our teams are really, really, really competitive. In fact, last year, Airline split the district championship with Captain Shree. And 2 years ago, Parkway and Benton shared the district title. And so our Bossier Parish schools they have some talented bowlers, and we saw that as we visited all the teams that were practicing that day that are part of our programs here in Bossier Parish. And they are competitive in what they're doing. And so, of course, this is also, a lot of people don't know this, Sonia, this is an LHSA approved sport.
Yeah.
So not only do we have, just what happens here in Northwest Louisiana, but it's happening all over the state. And actually, we'll have a state tournament, a state bowling tournament where they will crown championships.
Well, it's a great sport, and special thanks also to Holiday Lanes for always supporting our teams here in Bossier Parish. That's where they practice. We had a good time being able to go bowling with Rowland. When put to the challenge, our students and our employees really do, rise to the challenge. And we're going to take a quick break. And then when we come back, case in point, we are going to have several superintendent shout outs, examples of some student success, employee success, Purple Star schools, lots and lots to celebrate. So stay with us. Aye! We're celebrating Louisiana Lagniappe at Bossier Schools' 6th annual I3 Art Expo. And Izzy, Ike, and Ivy can't wait to see you there February 27th through March 1st. I3 Art Expo is where inspiration meets imagination and fuels innovation. It's a 3-day showcase of student talent with Louisiana flair, from the visual, literary, and performing arts to filmmaking, competitions, demonstrations, and hands-on activities with special emphasis on science, technology, engineering, and math, or STEM. Don't miss Cyber Night, Mic Drop, iCanstruction, and new this year, a recycled trash-in show. There's also a book fair, the Bossier Schools Showcase, and so much more. It's creativity unleashed. It's free family fun. And it's all happening February 27th through March 1st at the Bossier Civic Center. Join us for Louisiana Lagniappe at the I3 Art Expo and see what makes our students a little something extra.
We are starting off the new year with some big news that deserves a superintendent shout out, beginning with 2 more schools in the district that have received the distinction of being Purple Star schools. Plain Dealing and Halton High became the 26th and 27th schools from Bossier Parish to earn this designation, which is the highest honor given by the state, signifying the highest commitment to military-connected children and their families. It's something that we take seriously here in Bossier Parish. We take a tremendous amount of pride in trying to get all our schools to be Purple Star schools. Really, this separates us from any other school district in the state of Louisiana, where we are making it a point. We're being intentional about how we take care, how we relate, how we educate the military child.
Well, we were very proud of those 2 schools, and got a few more that are coming down the pipe, in fact. You know, another distinction that deserves a superintendent shout out is getting a perfect score in one or more content areas of the LEAP exam, and that is exactly what 74 academically advanced students in 8th through 12th grades achieved in English 1 and 2, Algebra 1, and Geometry. That is a remarkable feat, and we are so proud of them. We recognized those that could attend the most recent school board meeting, so way to go.
We also had the pleasure of surprising Summer Cooper with Bossier Schools Gold Star Award. Summer is the secretary at Platt Elementary and affectionately called the face of Platt because she is the first person visitors see, and her sunny disposition and perpetual smile make them all feel welcome. She's also the bookkeeper and the faculty and staff's go-to person for anything and everything. Her duties are many, and she handles them all with grace. That's why we are so proud to call her a part of the Bossier Schools family and our latest Gold Star recipient. We were also able to recognize and celebrate her at our most previous board meeting.
Yeah, special thanks to Bossier Federal Credit Unions for sponsoring our Gold Star program. All right, speaking of Gold Stars, and I know you don't want me to do this, you're going to blush, but our own superintendent, Jason Rowland, my co-anchor here on the record with Bossier Schools, has been selected a 2024-25 Superintendent to Watch by the National School Public Relations Association. And this is a big deal because when you put this in perspective, there are nearly 7,300 school superintendents across the nation, 7,300. And this award recognizes only 25 of them that have fewer than 5 years experience who demonstrate fast-paced leadership with strong communication at the core, and you definitely do that. You know, Jason's going to be accepting this recognition in July in Washington, D.C. at the National INSPRA Conference, and we're going to be taking on the record with Bossier Schools on the road to D.C. And we just want to say that Bossier Schools is proud of you. I'm so proud of you and happy and thankful that you do put the emphasis that you do on communication because you've really upped our game. This podcast is a prime example. This was his brainchild, his idea to start this. It's another way to be able to just communicate with our families, with our employees, and just with our community and beyond, and just shine the successes on all the great things happening here at Bossier Schools, but also the establishment of a teacher advisory council, long-range planning committee, complete rebrand in the district of not only just our logo, but also we have the new district app, which is another amazing tool to connect with families. And I could go on and on. We relaunched a new website, but congratulations.
Well,
we are very, very proud of you. So.
I am humbled and honored by that, but nothing is done in isolation. And I'm a proponent of our entire team. That includes you and Miss Swart, who's behind the camera, but also Miss Spinney and Mr. Bates and Miss Howe and Miss Bamberg, and then our entire board. Really, our group, our lead team has bought into the fact that communication and collaboration are two of the most important things we can do. Number one, to keep everyone informed and on the same page, and then come together collectively to solve issues or to foster a vision that allows us all to be bought into what we're doing. And so, there's criticism that can come to every organization from all different fronts. But as long as people are being communicated with, and we try to take advantage of the digital space that we're provided to do that, we want to meet people where they are and their ways of how they like to be communicated with. And so our whole team has done a fantastic job of moving in this space, working in this space, but more so being effective communicators in the digital space. And so I'm proud of that and thankful for everybody that has come alongside of us and that makes all this work. It's not one person.
As you can see, he's humble.
Well, I'm thankful
Yeah.
that we are recognized as a district that communicates and is passionate about our people being the first to know, the second to know, the third to know, but most importantly, just not the last to know.
Right.
And so that's our mission. And if we can continue to do that, then our system will continue to grow and will continue to be effective in all facets of what we're doing.
And help us win the day.
That's right. No doubt. No doubt.
Well, I tell you what, that's a wrap for this record, for this edition of On the Record with Bossier Schools.
Thank y'all for watching. Again, give us a like and a share and a comment about what's going on. Subscribe up to the channel. Again, I can't emphasize enough. We want you to come be a part of the On the Record with Bossier Schools family, so you get the firsthand knowledge of what's happening behind the scenes and the wonderful things that's happening in Bossier Schools.
And we'll just take this chance to also plug our district app. Go to your app store and download the Bossier Schools app. So also you're the first to know about anything happening across the district. So until then, that is a wrap. We thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you in February.
This has been a Bossier Schools production. Join us next time when we go On the Record with Bossier Schools.